Hello and welcome to the ride. I've just ridden through the Cotswold village of Sandford Martin on the way to seeking out 3 sacred sites from pre-Roman Britain. These all take the form of mysterious standing stones. My first stop will be the Oxfordshire village of Enstone, made famous by the Formula One factory, which has produced Benetton, Lotus, Renault and Alpine cars for the track. But Enstone has a much more ancient history, deriving its name from a standing stone called the Hoar Stone. Hoar, H-O-A-R, is an old English word for old. Having ridden through Enstone and past the Hoar Stone on the B4022, completely missing it, I've turned to make another approach along this lane from the tiny hamlet of Fulwell. And here it is on the left, hidden from the B road, but not on this little lane. It's there in a small wooded enclosure. It's a site that at first does not want to be found, does not want to be explored. Yet these are the ruins of a large single-chambered tomb, although today only comprising of 3 large stones, one of which is almost 9 feet high. It probably dates from about 3,000 years BC. These stones make up the burial chamber, which was once covered and surrounded by earth in the form of what we would now describe as a long barrow. The stones form 3 sides of a rectangular box chamber open to the east, with the remains of the fallen and broken capstone in front of them. The blocking or portal stone to the chamber is missing. Think of the community effort in quarrying and erecting these huge stones some 5,000 years ago. It's a magical sight, one that will no doubt draw me back time and time again. Having ridden back through Fulwell, onto the B4022 and now down this lane, I'm heading to Taston, the next stop on my itinerary, where another ancient standing stone has greeted passers-by for at least 5,000 years. At Taston there are 2 ancient sacred sites for the price of one: Thor's Stone and Taston Wayside Cross. The people who constructed them, though separated by millennia, speak to us through their monuments from worlds alien to our own. Here's the turn for the village. I'll park right in the middle by the green, next to the medieval cross. Or rather the ancient base and shaft to what once stood here as a cross. Thor's Stone, thrown down here by the god Thor to become part of a cottage garden wall. The village name of Taston is itself a transmutation of Thorstan, the Old English equivalent of Thor's Stone. The ancient stone has had the same name for a very long time. It is possibly the remains of a single chambered tomb, like the nearby Hoar Stone I've just visited, or possibly a single standing stone, like the nearby Hawkstone I will see later. And it faces the new ideological kid on the block, the medieval cross, which dates from merely the 14th century and stands as a rival to its pagan predecessor. Both are amazing survivors, one counting its presence in millennia, the other in hundreds of years. Away now to the next standing stone, which has brought me here to the tiny hamlet of Dean, There's the 18th century Dean Manor up ahead. Following Dean Manor's walls, I'm following this narrow country lane, looking for a gap in the hedge that will announce the start of the footpath to the Hawkstone. There's the gap in the hedge up ahead on the bend. And the beauty of a light motorcycle is that you can pull off the road and park up just about anywhere. Let the walking commence, being careful of course not to damage any of the crops. I'm looking for an ancient standing stone known as the Hawkstone. And there it is in the distance. Why the Hawkstone? Well, apparently the name derived from some aspect of its shape, the top being like a hawk in flight. My favourite option is that the hawk is a corruption of the word hoar, meaning old, like the Hoar Stone of Enstone that I visited earlier. And here it is, the lonely giant of the fields, about 8.5 feet high and well over 3 foot wide. It's not just the size of the stone, it's the way it interacts with the location and the landscape it sits within. It beholds the fields for miles around, king of all it surveys. Like all today's standing stones, no one really knows how long it's stood here. 5 to 3,500 years or so, who knows? But imagine that, all the effort into erecting this standing stone all those thousands of years ago. What was in the minds of the people as the great megalith was raised up before them? It appears to be purposefully a single stone, not one side of a burial chamber, as at Enstone, but who really knows? What we have here is a craggy-faced enigma. And talking of craggy-faced enigmas, the farmland on which this megalith stands belongs to TV celebrity Jeremy Clarkson. This is a field on Diddly Squat Farm. In fact, Clarkson has named a lager made by him and the Cotswold Brew Company after the stone standing next to the field, where the barley is grown for the lager, or so it is said. May some of the ancient spirit of the Hawkstone enter those who partake of Clarkson's new brew. I'll now leave this ancient sacred stone to its solitary majesty. Now it's back to the Cotswold hills and the glorious lanes that call out to be ridden. Thank you for your company today. If you've enjoyed the ride, please like, subscribe and perhaps even share, and I'll let you know when I'm next out and about. For now, I'm done.